In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to solve a system of equations in Google Sheets using the NLSOLVE function. Solving systems of equations can seem daunting at first, but with Google Sheets, this task becomes much more manageable. Let's dive into the step-by-step process. First, you'll want to start by opening a new Google Sheet. If you haven't created one already, you can easily do so by opening Google Drive, clicking on the New button, and selecting Google Sheets from the drop-down. Once your sheet is ready and opened, we can proceed to set up our equations. Now, click on cell A1 to select it. Think of cell A1 as your starting point. This is where we'll input our first equation. In cell A1, type in the equation A and 10, 4, x1, x2, 1, say. This formula represents the first equation in the system we're looking to solve. It may look complex at first glance, but it's just a mathematical representation of one part of the system. When you're done typing this in, simply hit the Enter key. This will save the formula to your sheet, and we're ready to move on to the next part. Next, let's click on cell A3. This is where we'll input our second equation. In A3, you'll want to type the formula xp as x1 plus exp x2 1.01. This represents the second equation in our system. The expe function here is crucial. It calculates the exponential value of the given input, which in this case are x1 and x2. After typing the formula, press Enter to input it into the sheet. By this point, you should have both formulae safely entered into your sheet. These formulas are critical as they define the system of equations we are attempting to solve. Entering them correctly is essential, so it's always a good idea to double-check if they have been typed accurately. Your next step is to solve this system. Although I won't be explaining the NLSOLVE function in detail in this particular video, it's worth mentioning that you'd typically use solver tools within Google Sheets or add-ons capable of handling nonlinear systems of equations, similar to what NLSOLVE does in other tools. But the main goal in today's tutorial is to get your equations properly set up in Google Sheets. And that's how you set up a system of equations in Google Sheets. With these steps, you're laying the groundwork for more complex calculations within the spreadsheet. Whether you're a student, data analyst, or anyone tackling mathematical problems, getting familiar with entering and setting up these equations is incredibly useful. Remember, as you work more with these functions, practice makes perfect. Thank you for following along, and I look forward to seeing all the innovative ways you'll utilize Google Sheets in your projects.